Hi everyone, welcome to Michelle Benson Leaving Cert English YouTube channel. Here you will find lots of videos on Leaving Cert poetry as well as paper 1. Today we're going to look at the poem My Father Long Dead by EILEEN SHEEHAN. SHEEHAN was born near Killarney, County Kerry in 1963. She has received numerous awards for her poetry. She was poet in residence in Limerick County Council and she teaches poetry in Killarney College. Reflection. Think of someone you knew that has died. What sounds, smells, etc. bring back memories of them? Summary of the poem. Her father died a long time ago. However, he has become part of the countryside where he used to live and work. The poet feels his presence in the things she sees and hears that remind her of times she spent with her father when she was a child. Stanza 1. My father long dead. The poet lovingly remembers her father who died a long time ago. He is no longer there, but she has not forgotten him. Even though her father is no longer present, he continues to exist in other ways. He has become air. She feels him in the air that she breathes. Stanza 2. Become scent of pipe smoke. The poet associates her father with certain smells. She remembers him when she smells pipe smoke. He is still alive in the pipe smoke. Of turf smoke or resin. When she smells turf in the fire, she remembers her father. Turf is a fuel found in Ireland in the bogs that people burn in the winter time. Her father is still alive in the turf smoke. He used to make turf fires at home. Also, when she smells resin, which is this sticky liquid that comes from trees, she is also reminded of her father. He is still present in the resin. Perhaps he worked with trees. Stanza 3. Become light and shade on the river. When she sees the reflection of light and shade, light and dark on the river, she feels her father's presence. Perhaps they used to walk near the river together. Stanza 4. Become foxglove, buttercup. Her father is still alive in the flowers. These flowers only appear in the summertime and then disappear. Here we have foxglove and buttercup. Perhaps they used to walk through the fields of flowers together. This may mean that the poet feels her father's presence more in the bright summer months. Tree bark. When she sees tree bark, she remembers her father. He is still alive in the tree bark. Become corncrake. The corncrake bird only appears in the summer. He makes his nest on the ground in cornfields or in long grass meadows. Meadows are long grass fields cut in the summertime and stored as winter feed for the cows. He has a harsh sound, kind of a rough sound. And corncrakes are now almost extinct in Ireland. There are very few of them left. Perhaps she feels the presence of her father more in summer, and perhaps she feels his absence more in winter, when the summer flowers and the summer birds are gone. Lost from the meadow. The corncrakes are almost extinct in Ireland now. The meadow is this summer field. Perhaps she's thinking that her father also is not here anymore either. Stanza 6. Become silence. The poet can feel her father in the sound of silence. Places of calm. She can feel her father in calm, tranquil, relaxing places. Stanza 7. He has become badger at dusk. Her father lives in the badger at dusk, which means when the sun is setting. The badger only comes out to hunt at night. Her father has become deer in the thicket. Her father lives in the deer that hide in the thick group of trees. Stanza 8. Her father has become grass on the road to the castle. She feels her father's presence in the grass on the road to the castle. Perhaps they used to walk there. She feels a sense of loss in this image. The castle was once a strong, important building, but now it is in ruin. Now it is falling apart, with a grassy road that is rarely used. Like her father, the castle also belongs in the past. Stanza 9. Her father has become mist on the turret. The top part of the castle here is called the turret, and the mist is like the fog that appears. There is no activity now around the once busy castle, only mist on the turret. However, this castle in the mist still reminds her of her father. Stanza 10. Become a dark-haired hero. Perhaps her father used to tell her stories inspired by the castle and about heroes. Her father now has become the dark-haired hero in a story. He was once strong and powerful, like a great hero in a story. In a story written by a dark-haired child. Now she has become the storyteller, and her father has become a hero in her own story or in her own poem. Summary. Her father has become air, scent, light and shade, silence and mist. These are interesting choices because they are things you cannot hold or hug or touch. However, they have a strong presence. They have a spirit-like quality. They are important parts of our everyday lives. Just like her father is an important part of her everyday life. The poet associates her father with the natural world, the wild flowers that bloom in the countryside in summer, and the wild birds and animals. The poet says her father has become badger and deer. These are shy animals that prefer to stay out of sight. They are often only seen for a few seconds. Like mist and scent, they also only exist for a short time. This is like her father, who only exists in her memory, but his presence can be felt everywhere. So now we are going to look at the technical side and the language of the poem. The theme or main message. The main themes in this poem are love, loss, and memory. The structure of the poem or the layout. It is written in 10 short couplets. A couplet is a 2-line stanza. There is a lot of space between the stanzas on the page. This space represents the theme of loss and emptiness. Her father is not around anymore, so there is a huge gap or emptiness in her own life. And that's why she lays out the poem in the page like that, with lots of space between each stanza. The sounds. My father, long dead. The long vowel sounds create a musical quality, perhaps a sad tone as well. The repeated soft S sounds, alliteration, scent of pipe smoke, of turf smoke, of resin, creates an atmosphere of peace and calm. Also, the repeated soft F sounds creates a mood of stillness and silence near the end of the poem. Dusk, grass, castle, mist. And this repeated S sounds, as well as being alliteration, is also called sibilance. The tone or the main feelings in the poem. The tone of this poem consists of feelings of peace, loss, and love. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.